Abyssians. Abyssal Tormentor, we talked about earlier. 6 mana, 6/6 legendary with Provoke. Your Shadow Creep is unnerfed. Fun. The Provoke is a bit dissonant with what the rest of it does, but I think the card is cool. It's a better Tigress. Yeah. Bone Crusher. 3 mana, 5/3, basically. Intensify this minion gains +5 attack. This card is really good. 3 mana 5/3 is awesome if you're playing any sort of aggressive deck, or even if you just like trading, which I like trading. I like Hidden Face. It does both very well. Yeah, it's soft to dispel, but whatever. They dispelled your 3-drop. And then the second copy is 10/3, and all of a sudden now your Corporeal Cadence comes online, and then the third one's a 15/3 if you draw 3 of them, and your opponent's just dead. Yeah, this card is good. And I think they printed this basically directly out of Horus Vitae's Dreams, but that is essentially what happens. You could give them Sarlacc and play Deathwatch or Enemy Summons Minion Synergy. There's one boss that you can beat with that. You just play like Venom Toth and Sarlacc and he steals it over and over again. And Relicarian. Ooh, yeah. Bone Crusher Relicarian. Bone Crusher with like Darkfire Sacrifice into Relicarian. Carrion Collector. 2 mana, 1/1 epic. Dying Wish. Lurking Fear, basically. This card is awesome purely because it lets me keep playing Lurking Fear. It's not as good as Lurking Fear, although it does at least take a mana tile. But I think this is quite nice. It's also, I guess it's slightly better in that Maeve can turn it into a Malice 4/4. Chittering Tiller, 3 mana 4/3 common with Frenzy, opening Gambit, teleport the enemy general 1 space forward. I think this is a very interesting, very bold design. This is really cool. This is one of the more, to me, I love game design and I love Gauntlet, so this is like one of the more striking cards in the set, because up to now, moving the enemy minion, the enemy general has kind of been like forbidden, right? You can do it with Mesmerize, but Mesmerize sucks. And this card is a really aggressively statted, minion. It's a good aggro card. Like this could see ladder play. If there's an aggro Abyssian deck playing, you can play this and this guy Bone Crusher as your 3-drop. Well, this lady, if that's female, as your 3-drops, and crush some bones. Like this thing hits hard. It's disrupts your opponent. It pulls them into range of getting hit in the face. Like you play your Flameblood Warlock, they stay out the way. You Chittering Tiller, then you trade right into their face for another 3 damage. It's pretty strong. Demonic Conversion. 1 mana spell. That's common. Draw a minion from your opponent's deck. It gets +1/+1. That's hilarious. So in terms of like filtering or troll value, if they're playing a combo deck that has very few minions, you kind of, maybe that's funny because you can take away a key tool. Mostly, I think the odds of you drawing something great are going to be, and taking away a win con, are going to be similar to or worse than the odds of you drawing something crap and filtering their deck for them. But as a 1 mana spell that puts a buffed, undercosted minion in your hand, I think that's actually quite good. I've played a lot of Vesperic Call in my day, which also does, it gives you the cost reduction as well as giving it +1/+1, so it makes it even stronger. But I think this card's actually kind of funny. Well, it's definitely funny. I think this card's actually kind of sweet. Like in draft, it's going to be good. Abyssian Teacher, no, it draws from your opponent's deck. Gibbet, 2 mana 1/2 rare. Whenever this attacks an enemy minion, destroy that minion and summon a Gibbet on that space. That's super strong. So it has basically Death Touch. I don't know if does it get to counter attack? I assume it gets to counter attack. The Gibbet doesn't just get to kill it for free. That would be sick. But presumably the Gibbet is yours? Is this really a 2-drop? That seems gross. I guess you have to play it very defensively. So it's more of a rattlesnake than anything, but that's really strong. That's like a powerful utility for a 2-drop. I hate these cards that mess with the opponent's deck when there's no graveyard or counter spells or anything. It's sort of it's not the most powerful thing ever, so it's not going to like really ruin you in terms of ladder play. An Abyssian card that doesn't die to rebuke what? That's a good point, actually. Hexclaw, 5 mana 7/2 legendary. Dying Wish, the enemy general gains at the start of your turn, take 1 damage. This card is really good. Even if you only draw 1 of them, the chip damage adds up very quickly. This sort of effect has proven quite strong. Cards like Spine Cleaver, and of course Warbird. So yeah, once you've played 2 of these, You've got a free Warbird as well as having played a couple of 7/2s to trade with stuff. And of course it has Dying Wish synergy. It has Nether Summoning synergy. Card's pretty good, I think. Ooh, 8 mana spells. Nice. Munch. 3 mana rare spell. Steal health from an enemy minion for each friendly shadow creep. So it's basically like deal damage to an enemy minion equal to either your amount of shadow creep or its amount of health, whichever is lower, and then you gain that much. So if you've got 4 creep and you shoot a 3/3, you gain 3. And if you've got 3 creep, you shoot a 4/4, you gain 3. I think this card's pretty good though. Like, it's... Mayev sadly can't use it. I wish Mayev had good removal, but I think this card is reasonably strong. Painful Pluck, 1 mana common spell, Intensify, turn a random space into Shadow Creep, prioritizing spaces under enemy minions. So I guess this is your combo with Abyssal Tormentor, as someone pointed out earlier. You can mimic the old Shadow Nova. And that seems quite strong if you can set up enough creep beforehand or play a couple of extra plucks. The main problem with this card is I'm going to mispronounce it on stream and some kid's going to be watching and it's all going to be very embarrassing. By the way, Hearthstone just spoiled a card. 3 mana minion, 3/4 stats, counts as every tribe. Really? That's hilarious. Underlord Zor... Sorry, I've been distracted by the 6 mana. That's hilarious. Alright, we'll come to that in a sec. Underlord Zorzul. 6 mana, 6/1. Trial. So special rarity. We went over this. We spent like 15 minutes hyping this guy on stream the other day. Trial. Cast 6 spells that destroy a friendly minion. So Malice, mainly. Destiny. Whenever a friendly minion dies, resummon it on a random space. Everything is Sarlacc. You win the game. Most fun ever. This is going to be amazing. I'm going to play it so much. It's going to be great. Next. Unfathomable Right. 6 mana spell. Epic. Draw cards from your opponent's deck to fill your action bar. That's not even good, but it's so funny. Like, you mill them and you draw a pile of cards. I mean, to be honest, if you're playing... So, if the meta becomes control-ish, this card's probably quite good, because if games end up going to fatigue, or you're relying on like a low number of specific win cons, playing this and like this card, Demonic Conversion, to just basically try and A, push for fatigue, and B, nab your opponent's win cons. Like if you get lucky, they can't kill you. That's actually quite good. Duelist decks tend to be minion heavy, even the controlling decks, so it's probably not going to work that well. But I can see specific metas with this be really good, and the specific mirror matches in particular. Unleash the Evil. 8 mana legendary spell. Summon a copy of the minion your opponent most recently summoned from their action bar against rush and flying. I'm loving this new design space for Abyssian. That seems perfect. I mean, that card isn't like great, but it's a lot of troll. Again, this seems like very specific metagame wise. If you're playing a meta with big minions, you can put this in your deck or in your sideboard or whatever, and then they play a Juggernaut and you get them. I don't know. It sounds entertaining. Not very good, but really entertaining. Give me that EMP, give me that World Core. Yeah, exactly, that sort of thing. Like if those cards are around. Wraith Crown, Artifact, 4 mana, and Epic. Friendly Wraithings have +2/+2. I don't like it as much as Fura Chakram, just because it's limited to Wraithings, but that's good. That seems like it would be quite powerful. Yielding Depths, 2 mana rare spell. If you have 3 or more Shadow Creep, draw 2 cards. I love this. This card makes me happy. I think it's reasonably strong. Obviously, it's creep cast only, but there's quite a lot of support for control cast in this set. I'm seeing, the new removal spell with healing, a good win con card, silly draw spells, this decent creep generator, this big dude. Like, there's a good amount of, even this, like, there's a good amount of stuff in here to support slow control cast. So I think this card will be good. Yeah, I think you could just... I don't think you ever run more than one Unleash the Evil, but when you play it and you get them, you get them. You so get them.